Tonie Morgan, congrats. Welcome. You've made it downstairs. You're good to go. For the first hour and 20 minutes of this show, I've heard Georgia Tech mentioned by too many people. They're like, you know what? Do not sleep on the Jackets. Do you get a sense that there's something brewing in Atlanta?
Of course. There's always something brewing there.
Yes. Yeah, this year we're coming back we're returning most of our offense, and hopefully we're better on defense. That's our goal. So,
yeah.
Do you feel it in practice? Do you get a sense that, hey, you know what, we're so far ahead of where we were a year ago, it's not even funny?
Yeah, it's competitive. Every single day is competitive, especially with this freshman class.
Yes. Every day is different. Every day we get better. We're stacking days, and we'll definitely see it this season.
I've had a chance to see them practice, so I know what they have in the gym. I've watched them compete. I've watched them play with pace. I know Nell is more than prepared for a team that she has the pieces now to be able to do what she wants to do on both ends of the floor. How do you guys think the competitive nature of which you're practicing is so much different this year because of the talent level, Tonie?
Well, like you said, it's so much more competitive. We have, I hate to say it, but better players. They challenge us every day, especially those freshmen. Those freshmen bring out a different fire in us because we want to help them get better. They want to help us get better, and we definitely will see the difference this season.
What about you, Kara?
Yeah, I think with the team that we have now, with this caliber of players, no spot is guaranteed, and every single day we come out and we know that. So we know what we put out in practice is going to show in the games what we're working on. So.
Do you laugh sometimes when you see the freshmen come in thinking, man, I remember those days, right? I mean, how quickly it goes by, and all of a sudden the leadership skills that you now have to kind of take everybody. Again, Coach was talking about this earlier today upstairs. The best led teams are led by the players. Those are championship. And I'm sure she's preached that to you guys, and that's where your role comes into play here, right?
Yes. We want them to have a better freshman season than we did. We want them to enjoy their freshman season, and for that to happen, we have to step up so they know what level they need to be at.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. We are put in a position where we can lead. We have the experience this year, so I think that being able to foster them into that, but also they're pushing us too. It's going both ways, and I think that's really important for us.
Tonie, when people look at your stat line, it's like 16 points, 7 boards, 5 assists. You know, that's a stat line that would be a stat line that in other places would be considered an All-American-like stat line, right? And this is a league that is padded with great guard play. And so for you to rise above some of that, what do you think? I know you've added to your three-point game, but you're a big, physical, tough guard. You can get in the lane and make plays. Why would people be sleeping on that?
I think when you come off seasons that we've had not winning, it's a little harder to justify why that happened. But I think I could bring that in any league, any team. And I think that's why that I can show that I can be one of the best guards in the country.
Kara, when you hear Tonie talk about that kind of swag, like that kind of game, and you're watching it every day, and you've added to your game as well, you both are competitive, tough kids that want to win, and that's why Nell brought you to Georgia Tech, right? Explain how that works, like playing off of each other. Then you got Blackshear, and then you got Russ. You know, you guys have some talent.
Yeah, for sure. I think that being able to have Tonie at the point guard, her being able to score as well as facilitate, it spreads the floor for us, because what are they going to do? Are they going to stop her driving to the rim? Or when she kicks it out to like Russ or me or someone, we're going to knock down the three. So I think that putting that pressure on them also in transition, we're super fast, and we're even faster this year. Y'all haven't even seen it yet.
We should.
I saw it.
Oh, you did see it.
Coach saw it. What's the difference, though, for this year for Georgia Tech to get to that next? I mean, we got all these people talking about Georgia Tech. Well, what's it going to be if going from 17 and 16 to 25 or more wins? What is it for this team that has to happen?
You're going to see it on the defensive end for sure. We got a different mentality, a different mindset, a different fire under us, because we knew what we needed to improve on, and we will do that on the defensive end.
Kara, is that where it starts?
Yeah, it's on the defensive end. We had a lot of games last year that were super close. We scored enough points to win the game, but we didn't stop them enough to win the game, and we don't want any games like that this year.
And that's a mentality, though, isn't it? I mean, that's one of those. I mean, everybody wants to score and get the highlights, but it's all about, hey, slapping the floor and let's go get after somebody.
Yes.
Yep. Right? And that's a mindset. That's
a mindset.
A toughness,
it is.
Right? What did you do in the offseason from a mental toughness perspective?
We worked, we grinded every day in the weight room, outside on the track. We was put through some stuff every Friday. It was called kick Friday, kick something Friday. But, you know, like, we were definitely put through the ringer, and I think it definitely built us as a team, built our bond. We went through it together, so it definitely helped.
Was that different than a year ago?
Oh,
It's
yes.
Totally different, right?
Yes, I think, well, every Friday it was a mental push for us. It was just to test our mental toughness. That was the whole talk of the summer. And, like, for me personally, I know I was pushed way more than I have been in the summers in the past 2 years.
Did you find it getting easier, or was it one of those things that, hey, man, I dreaded Fridays, but it was something I know that we had to do?
Yeah,
Definitely
I don't think it could get easier. I think it actually got worse.
Yeah.
Like every Friday.
Literally.
But I mean, it makes what we go through in the season easier.
Yes.
I mean, that's what it's all for.
That's where you know it's going to pay off.
Yeah.
Right. And when it gets tight in the fourth quarter, it's like, hey, you know what? This is why we work so hard.
Yeah,
There's somewhere
exactly.
nobody's watching.
Yes.
Exactly.
You almost sounds like a football team.
Right.
Fourth quarter,
Yeah.
right? Be ready. Tonie, you're one of the most durable players. You can play 38 minutes a game, right? And this year,
She can now.
she may not have to, though. That's the good thing, right?
Yes.
Is that your efficiency can go up.
Yes.
You can get moved off the ball a little bit. You don't have to take the top offensive player defensively every time, right? You've got more players to help you and Kara. What does that look like in practice, like from a rotation standpoint? Because everybody's talking about Chit Chat because she's got a great name, but we know at 5'4" she can motor.
Yeah. I mean, you see it in practice. You see we can get off a couple reps. We don't have to be on every time. I could pass the ball. Boogie tells me all the time, you can chill in the corner sometimes. Like, yes, it's needed because we need to be able to play throughout the whole season without going 38 minutes, and they can definitely provide that for us.
I'd rather you rest on defense personally. But no, you go in the corner, be ready, shot ready, because you can make that shot now,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Yeah,
of course,
absolutely.
yes.
Like, the scouting report has changed, right? How's your scouting report changed?
I would say I started to become a 3-level scorer last year, but I think that this year I've been working my mid-range. My 3 is more consistent. So I would say, yeah, just that all-around scorer.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, stay healthy. All right.
Yes.
Are we done with the Fridays grinds, or is that still part of the gig?
No, it's done.
It's
We're
done.
done.
Yeah.
That's
It's
rearview
done.
mirror.
That's done,
We
but
passed that class. Now we're moving on.
Yes.
That's what we're doing.
yes.
Well, listen, stay healthy. We're excited about what's going to happen in Atlanta. Again, I think everybody's kind of buzzing, no pun intended, about Georgia Tech and what you guys are going to do this year. We look forward to watching.
Thank
yes,
you.
thank you.
You got it.
Yeah.
Have fun the rest of the day, too.